Right, so hopefully we should be live any second. I'm hoping it works. God, I'm loud. Holy shit. I was saying, hoping it's working because I changed internet connections today, so everything might be a little bit haywire, a tiny bit. So if it's working, that is pretty great. If it isn't, fuck, I guess. That makes sense. It wouldn't work, it's not going to work 100% of the time, I guess. But anyway, yes, enough talk of possibilities of things randomly up and stopping. So we actually are episode 3 of Spy X Family. Which is weird to say because we're on episode 3 already. It feels like yesterday just started, and I was like, holy shit. We're actually almost like about midway through the season. Anywho, yeah, the show's really good. I guess it's a TLDR, the whole entire thing. I mean, it's nothing new. If you go on the internet, it's basically like the talk of the town. Everyone absolutely adores it to bits. It's everywhere. It's like currently, I think, the top 5 anime of all time, which is even weird to say, to be honest. Was not expecting that one, but here we are. And yeah, I mean, we saw the operation secure a wife to actually be a success, which in of itself is actually a weird operation, but to say out loud, but there you go. And yeah, I mean, again, every single character works in tandem with each other. I mean, every single character is brought to life amazingly by their voice actors as well. That's the main thing as well. Everyone is brought to life amazingly. I can't wait to see what this show does do in that regard, especially from the relationship between Anya, Yor, and Lloyd, because again, that's the kind of the glue that holds this whole entire show together. And if in the brief bits we've got so far with them, it's giving us the idea that they actually are going to be amazing together. So yeah, I mean, can't wait. That's the major thing. Hello, how's it going? How you doing today? Right, anyways, actually put on to actually go live. My brain stopped a second there completely. Holy shit. Can you tell I'm stressed a little tiny bit today? It's been a hectic day. That's to say the least. A hectic day. Kind of glad it's actually now over a tiny bit now. Anywho, oh man, I should have shown a road. Before I forget, it's my chair in a little bit. It's actually going that way instead of this way. So start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing. Oh shit! Absolutely now. Good. I actually got the right button that time as well. Also, Twitter has been nothing but Yor this whole entire week as well. I have not gone 1 minute without seeing a Yor fan art, which I'm not complaining about, but it's one of those things that I don't know whether or not her overtaking the entirety of the internet as fast as Marin was. Because don't get me wrong, the entirety of the internet is basically very time dependent on characters being very popular. The Marin stock's gone out the window at this point. You're investing in Marin stock. I'm really sorry to actually hear that it's actually pretty much plummeted to nothing at this point. I still like how the episode actually was called Operation Secure a Wife, though. it's the age-old thing of life itself to secure a partner in life. But yeah, I mean, this show is just really good. It's a nice weekend show to watch. I guess this show actually worked better because on a weekend as well. Because the same thing applied used to be with Kaguya. Kaguya used to be on a weekend, so it was a weekend show, and they're like, oh, it's an amazing weekend show, but now it's on the weekday, but at the end of the week anyway. So it kind of still works. But again, this show works even better because it's a weekend show. It's actually a nice, relaxing time that is actually kind of great. And everything like that. And yeah, nothing so far has maybe screamed that this show will, in theory, like, go down badly. I think every single problem I've had thus far has been kind of quelled, because I always kind of thought to myself, I don't know, clever works. Adaptations tend to be very hit and miss. I mean, mostly misses than hits. But there's also that whole possibility that actually can, in theory, learn from the mistakes, actually then, in theory, improve. And it doesn't really feel like there's any problems thus far in the show. Everything seems to be working as it should be, or even better than it should be. And yeah, I mean, I just can't wait for more developments in this whole entire dynamic. Really, that's basically the TLDR. Also, the more I think about it, like the whole waifu culture is like investing into stocks. 1 minute it'd be the highest it's ever been. You get millions out of it. Next minute it's plummeted to 0. I just realized that. Holy shit. Everyone be saying like you're 10 out of 10, you're best girl, you're like you're hot. No, but Lloyd though, kind of a snack though when you think about it. Yeah, they're basically two polar opposite people as well, because one's an assassin, one's a spy. So it kind of works also in that way as well. It kind of plays into the whole opposites attract as well, which I guess might, in theory, like play into the idea of them eventually becoming a real couple. Who knows? I feel like it's gonna become a problem later on with the whole like code names. Is my computer breathing really loudly? I want to say if I said that Anya Lloyd and Yor hold the show together like glue, but to be honest, I kind of feel like Anya's basically the super glue of the entire show. Like she's like the super glue of the entire show. She's like the glue that you have to kind of keep there just in case you think, hey, is it gonna fall apart? I don't know. In all honesty, I kind of feel like the other thing this show does an amazing job of is the voice actors. This is interesting. They also then show you Yor's brother as well, which I'm guessing might in theory kind of play into it later on. Also, I wasn't going nuts. It was a Bacchio last week as well. So I swear to God I heard a Bacchio last week in this show. It's weird as well, because it's like being one episode when together and they're basically a family already. Again, it doesn't really feel like it feels forged in that way, if you get what I mean. It's weird, like, a forged entire family feels more real than most families in other animes. Which is a testament to either the writing or the actual body language of the characters. Maybe both. Well, there's things that in life, glasses do actually add about a point onto a character or to a person as well. It's just the way life goes. Yeah, she's way too honest. Everyone's way too honest in this whole entire family as well, to be honest, as well. Everyone answers way too honestly. Which is, honestly, pardon the pun, a bad idea. having the ability to actually read people's minds is probably a bad idea, or people's thoughts, I should say. Oh yes, the key to every single good family opera. Honest basically mean every single play, to be honest. She takes a liking to the guillotine. I'm pretty damn sure if you had Yor as a wife, you wouldn't have to worry about anything in life. Get yourself someone who looks at get yourself someone who looks at you the same way that Yor looks at a guillotine. That's what you need in life. Show's way too adorable as well, to be honest, the more I think about it. I still haven't got past the idea of actually the way she looks like guillotine. She's thinking ahead at least, that's the major thing. She's like, but why don't I get blood splatters on it? It's true. Got a plan for everything, as they say. So I something like the idea of her actually like learning about politics and history, going into a place where she can read people's minds, kind of makes her go, wait a minute, is this really politics? Holy shit! I once again. Okay, I'll up the idea. Get yourself someone who looks the same way at you that Yor looks at sharp objects. So I kind of also like the idea that on the surface they're actually like a pretty good family, but deep down as a mission they're kind of very dysfunctional. It does work in quite an interesting way. Because to us, the way we're actually viewing them currently, they're basically a family. Like there's no other way of looking at it. But if you look at it from the pretense of the actual plot itself, they're highly dysfunctional. I was gonna say, someone who just skips across the actual road like that. Gotta be sus. Gotta be a bit sussy, I must admit. I appreciate how she was like, I'm gonna run after him, go get him, and then help your lady out. Shit, I left my family behind. It's the sussy skip. It's a sussy skip. Some people in probably the world would be like, I would gladly accept Lloyd jumping away from a very high altitude and possibly breaking my back. Very, 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 very nice of him. I thank him. Depends on the simp level, I guess. I myself, possibly. Who knows? Who knows? Damn, she got a grip though. I mean, it's one way of doing things, I guess. And this show is so sweet. This show is adorable. I love it. It's a great show to watch on the weekend. I think it kind of takes all your worries away for half an hour. That's the major thing it does. It's a nice bit of escapism. I kind of feel like we're missing shows like this a lot, because a lot of shows tend to kind of just be very... I don't like the idea of saying super serious and very depressing and shit like that. But it's nice to have a show like this every so often come along and actually just break away from the feeling of constant everything else, I guess, to an extent. Because the show's very singular in that way, and I also just saw, I think, Yor's brother just then. It's just very singular in that way. It's a nice bit of escapism that works. It works in every single way, and yeah, it's just relaxing. I don't know how to explain it. It's not the same relaxing slice of life kind of relaxing, where you kind of feel like it just like if you carried on for more than 30 minutes, you'll basically become your chair. It's that relaxing because you're just gonna seep straight into it. No, it's not that, but it has the same level of like high octane action. But at the same time, the familiar aspects of the show really do, in theory, just relax you to the point that it feels really cool. Even the ending kind of highlights the whole entire idea. More importantly, what this show is a family show. It's about people. It's about characters coming together that otherwise are, theoretically speaking, very polar opposites. Yeah, I mean, again, the show's great. That's the major thing. That's the major thing to know. I mean, no surprise, the show's amazing, and I also kind of like, again, if you look at it from the perspective of the plot itself, at the beginning, the family's very dysfunctional in the way that it's meant to kind of highlight the plot itself, because the plot is all about them being like this very like high society family that actually has to pass it, otherwise shit's gonna go wrong. And Anya's constantly like saying the wrong things, and so is Yor. But that highlights the idea of actually how different these characters are together. But then, outside of the actual plot thread itself, they actually are a family, more so than what you see in other shows. It's actually a testament to the voice acting, body language, and also writing that this show does have. That it makes everything feel real. It makes it feel like you're watching a family who's been together since day one, instead of just actually being together for maybe a day. It's one of those things that this show is brilliant because of it, because it feels like a real family. And yeah, as said, there is the hurdle of the actual entrance exam as well, and also the interview itself. But disregarding that, what this show does have is an amazing family dynamic that you constantly want to see more of. You could probably go for 100 episodes and never get bored of these three. That's what the show does do amazingly as well. It's the idea that it highlights the fact that you want to see more of them all the time, never stopping, because it's a nice bit of it's a nice bit of fluff every single weekend. It's a nice bit of fluff that you just need, because it's sweet. The way they kind of act towards each other is just really sweet. Yor, especially with Anya, it's one of those things that it warms your heart to the point that if it warms any further, it might melt. Like, it might melt very fucking quickly. So yeah, I mean, and also, animation is fantastic as well. The actual OST as well, it's a very underrated part of the whole entire show. The OST is fantastic, because it does also highlight a lot of the actual body language this show actually is trying to perceive as well. It actually adds more to the scenes, rather than it actually takes away from the scenes. And sometimes OSTs are there to make you feel emotion. But I feel like the OST in this show adds a lot more to the actual overall plot. That actually does, in theory, just makes it almost like a character in of itself, if that makes sense. And the opening and ending as well, I do agree, it's actually amazing. The ending especially as well kind of highlights more of the familial aspects, and that was kind of sweet. So yeah, really, all in all, fantastic. Can't get enough of this show. Want more of it. It's a darn shame. It's a darn shame it's a split course show, because it'd be a season wait in between. But again, I can't get enough of it. So yeah, I love it. I love it to bits. It's great. Well, since my animated season, but I'm watching 2 shows a season, so it's not really a good judgment to go on. But it's a show I wanted to see the most of, and it has blown me away. So yeah, that's been up for today. So as always, actually have enjoyed the entire stream as a whole, and as always, do leave a like, it does help quite a bit. Leave us up as well on YouTube, it does help quite a bit also. Follow on Twitter and on Twitch, one does help quite a bit, tells you when he streams are live, and any other streams I do as well. and the other will tell you, well, actually, that is what she streams live as well. So until next episode 4 of Spike's Family, I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.